Do you hate your HOA? Well, you're not alone, as 57% of HOA residents hate theirs as well. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss what HOAs are, what their purpose is, why so many people hate them, but why you may actually want one governing your neighborhood. And make sure to stick around for 3 questions you need to ask your realtor before buying in an HOA community. If you're new here, I'm Cameron Geesaman, local Indy area resident and realtor, and I love making videos like this to help people like you that are considering making a move to, from, or around the Indy metro area. Thanks for joining me today, and I've put a link in the description below to the article of the Rocket Mortgage study that I've referenced for some of the information in today's video. Let's get started. All right, let's start first with the basics. The term HOA is short for Homeowners Association, which is an organization that governs a housing community and sets rules for its residents. Now, HOAs collect fees that cover the cost of amenities and services provided, such as landscaping or a community swimming pool. Today, nearly 60% of new single-family homes and 80% of homes in subdivisions are part of an HOA. Rules set by an HOA are meant to keep the neighborhood a nice place to live. But as I'll discuss in a few moments, many people find them overly restrictive. But this all begs the question, why do HOAs exist in the first place? Well, without HOAs, neighborhoods could descend into absolute chaos with no one mowing their lawn, houses painted weird, wild colors, and cars parked in everyone's yard. Okay, that might be maybe a little bit extreme, but not too far off of reality, honestly. Let's dig into this Rocket Mortgage study to find out how happy people are with, honestly, living in a neighborhood with an HOA. So according to this study, which polled 1,001, no, not 1,000, but 1,001 homeowners that live in an HOA neighborhood across the nation, 43% of homeowners liked having an HOA. So more than 4 in 10 homeowners like having an HOA, with 47% saying their HOA makes their neighborhood better, and nearly half of them said they're likely going to buy in a neighborhood governed by an HOA again. Now here's another stat. 31% of homeowners feel their HOA board has too much, I'm just gonna crack my knuckles in the middle of telling you about HOAs. 31% of homeowners feel their HOA board has too much power, and 1 out of 10 homeowners are considering selling their home for HOA-related reasons. So let's dig into that a little bit further. Why are HOAs making some people want to sell their home? Well, the first reason people don't like HOAs is that HOAs typically have a lot of power over how you can maintain and live in your home. For example, they may state it's mandatory that you have at least 3 trees planted in your front yard, or restrict the color you can paint your home, or restricts the number of types of pets you're permitted to have, and they can even restrict whether or not you're allowed to rent your home. Secondly, HOA fees can be expensive. With the average monthly HOA dues close to $260 per month in the United States, this means you may have less money to do other things, as you need to build that fee into your monthly housing expense bills. Thirdly, some HOAs can be overly aggressive about sending violation notices for even the slightest of infractions. For example, one of the first few years we lived in our home, my mother-in-law came and stayed with us for a week or so, as I had some health issues and we needed help taking care of our 3 young boys. Well, she parked her car on the street, and a couple of times it was parked in the street overnight. Well, a few weeks after she went home, we received a letter in the mail from our HOA telling us to remove the car that was parked in the street in front of our home, or we'd receive a fine and potentially a lien against our house. By the time we received the nastygram in the mail, her car had been gone for a few weeks, but they still sent us a letter anyways.
Thanks for that. Anytime.
Another negative about HOAs is the board can increase the monthly dues whenever they feel like it. And yes, that might feel like what it is. That's not always the case. But for example, the dues in our neighborhood went up 10% this year compared to last year, which is super annoying. I guess the main negative about having an HOA is people really don't like being told what they can and cannot do with their property or on their property when living in a neighborhood. This is America, for fuck's sake, and you should be able to do what you want, when you want, on your property.
Got that right.
Okay, let's switch gears now and talk about the other side of the coin and why HOAs honestly can be a benefit to you and your neighborhood. First of all, your neighborhood will mostly be neat and well taken care of with minimal effort on your end. For most of the common areas, they'll be properly mowed, trees trimmed, flower beds mulched, and so on. As someone that walks their dog on a daily basis, I truly appreciate how nice our neighborhood looks, as it makes it a more desirable location when people want to live, which in turn can increase your property value. Everyone that owns a home wants to see their value increase over time, and a well-maintained neighborhood with an HOA could certainly be a key to that increase in value. Another benefit to having an HOA is that you may have access to exclusive amenities like a swimming pool, playground, or even a clubhouse or a gym. Not everyone can afford to have a swimming pool in their backyard or don't want one. Not everyone can afford to have a swimming pool in their backyard or don't want one because of the inherent risk with small children, but having access to a neighborhood pool on those hot summer days that you don't have to maintain is amazing. We used to take our boys to our community pool all the time in the summers, but now that they're teenagers and ride their bikes, they go with their friends. Some HOAs are also good at putting together social events for their residents, so it can be a great way to meet new people or even make new friends if you're new to the area. Another stat according to the Rocket Mortgage study is that 69% of all homeowners feel their HOA dues are reasonable, and 59% of homeowners feel their HOA fees are comparable to the amenities they receive. So in addition to keeping your neighborhood looking pristine and adding nice amenities, most homeowners feel like they are getting a good value for what they are paying for in their HOA. So let me set the stage. Let's say you decide you want to live in a neighborhood with an HOA. Here's 3 questions or important questions you want to ask your realtor before you decide to put in an offer on a home with an HOA. The first question is, what amenities does it have? The reason for this is the amenities offered by an HOA community can greatly enhance your quality of life. But remember, the more amenities the neighborhood has, the higher fees that you're likely to incur. The second question is, what are the rules and bylaws? Now, understanding the rules and bylaws of the HOA is critical, as these rules will govern your life in your new home. I work with a lot of clients that want to see the neighborhood's covenants and restrictions to make sure that they are comfortable with the rules before they make an offer, which I highly recommend. The third question to ask your realtor is, how is the HOA run? Now, most HOAs are operated by a board consisting of a volunteer homeowners who reside in the community, but others are run by new home builders and developers, or maybe even property managers. Typically, the developer will maintain control until a certain number of homes are sold in the neighborhood, and then if the neighborhood is fairly new, find out whether a board has been established yet. And if you have the time, you may even want to sit on an upcoming HOA meeting to get kind of the lay of the land before deciding to live there. Okay, so hopefully this video has given you some things to think about as far as an HOA are concerned. Do you live in a neighborhood with an HOA, and do you love it or hate it? I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're one of those that are wanting to know what communities don't have an HOA, then send me a message, as my contact information is below, and I can get you a list over to you. If you're looking to make a move to the Indy metro area, I'd also love to be your trusted resource and real estate agent. I've helped hundreds of people just like you that are either moving to, from, or around the Indy metro area, and I know this area kind of forwards and backwards, top to bottom. If you need help with selling or buying a home in the, say, next 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, I'm here to help. If you like this video, please go ahead and click that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming videos about the Indy metro area. If you're looking for another video to watch, click on this one right here, as I think you might like it as well. That's it from me for today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.